Good morning, OPP. Good morning, Power
Good
Monday
morning.
team.
See you, Anu. I hear Noel is calling me Anna. I think that is English or something.
Anuradha.
Anuradha.
Okay.
It's a difficult name.
Is it?
Yeah, we are not used to such long names.
And that's why just Anu is more than enough.
Karibu.
Santi, thank you very much. So we are here today to talk to entrepreneurs, to aspiring entrepreneurs, those of you who feel I have been employed for very long. Can I take the next leap and become an entrepreneur? So just before you begin, let's talk about our personal branding, our online branding, and what are the mistakes that you should avoid. Right. So I always say, let's dream big and not just be dreamers. Because if we become dreamers, then we're actually not taking the step to make our dream come to fruition. Without naming names, I shall say that I did have a chat with one of my friends this week. And what we really discovered is that she would like to have her enterprise running, and she has a lot of dreams. She has her passion in a lot of spheres, a lot of sectors. What she lacks is clarity. So that's exactly what I mean. Keep on dreaming, yes, but then don't just remain a dreamer. Take your dreams to fruition. Now, coming to personal branding, what do we really know about a brand? Is it something that we sing about? Is it something that we say about our business, about ourselves, and we describe it? Or is it what our customers and clients talk about when they meet each other? Is it the customers and clients who really know who we are and what our brand is all about? That's exactly how it should be, because it is a reflection of you. It's a reflection of your values, your passion. So it is really the customers and clients who should be able to describe what your brand is. For example, Power Monday. Is it really for OPP to describe what Power Monday is? Or if I was to meet one of the team members in town, would he or she be able to tell me what Power Monday is all about? So if it is a strong brand, then wherever we meet someone, we should be able to describe that brand. So that's exactly the brand that we are talking about. Let's try and build our personal brand in a very, very strong way. Generally, I like to say, if we have a brand which is strong enough, then we should be able to describe it in less than 15 words. And I'll pick on OPP, impromptu. OPP, let's just describe you as a brand. Is it OPP as a brand? Is it Live Your Dreams as a brand? Try and describe it in less than 15 words.
Live your dream. Yeah, live your dream is
Those are 4 words. Go on.
No, I was typing something actually. But you said in how many words?
Less than 15 words.
Yes. At Live Your Dream, we keep and inspire people to live their dream.
Okay. Perfect. Anyone else who would want to share with us? Somebody who shares beautiful pictures with us through the week? Okay. While people are still waking up. So basically, the exercise of 15 words or less is, can you really have your brand on your fingertips? Are you able to introduce you and your brand without really fumbling? When I talk about myself, am I a teacher? Am I a trainer? Am I a tech catalyst? Who am I? So if I can come up with less than 15 words to describe myself, then that's exactly who my brand is. And then it means it's a strong brand. Now coming to the common mistakes that we have seen entrepreneurs going through, facing, practicing when trying to create their brand that really needs to be a strong brand. One is poor differentiation. I can say I'm a trainer, OPP is the trainer, Maybe some others whom I can see as attendees here could be Christine, could be Noel, they are trainers. But what really differentiates each one of us? It is that unique differentiation that creates us as our individual brands. And that is a common mistake that we have seen. People could have a website, they could copy from others and say, this is exactly what we are dealing with. These are the services we are providing. These are the goods that we have on offer. But if you don't have your unique voice in it, then remember, you're just going to be one among the many. No one will be able to differentiate your brand from others. So for you to be a known brand, you must stand out as a single brand, somebody who has their own passion, their own values ingrained in the brand. So some of the questions that entrepreneurs may ask themselves are, how well can I articulate what makes my brand unique compared to all my competitors? Have I really gone ahead to clearly identify the unique selling points of my brand? Am I effectively communicating these differentiators to my target audience? Is it just something that is within me and I feel that, yes, I'm unique? Or does my audience, do my customers and clients really see that differentiation in my brand? Do I have a very clear value proposition that sets my brand apart? Am I able to tell them, yes, there are very many other trainers, but when I train you on XYZ or XYZ, like some of us like to call, then this is exactly what you're going to learn. And this is exactly what your experience is going to be. Another of the mistakes that is seen is an unclear understanding of the audience. Staying on the same example as being a trainer, whom am I training? Is it the youth? Is it the seniors? Am I here to train the entrepreneurs? Am I training the teachers? So for me, not to have made a mistake in advertising my brand, I must clearly understand my audience. And what part of the audience do I really understand to know? Or do I really need to know? Do I understand my ideal customers' demographics? So what is their age, the gender, where are they located, and what's their income level? Because each one of the sectors of these demographic groups are going to have different challenges, different needs, different wants. What are their psychographics? What is the value that they attach to the goods and services that they are looking for? What are their desires? What are the kind of goals that they wish to achieve? What interests them, and what are their lifestyle choices? So what Live Your Dream would want to train the audience in Nairobi probably will not be the same as those in Garissa, because the desires, the goals, the location, their values, even what they really have around them there, what are the resources available to them, will not really be the same. So it is very necessary for us to be able to differentiate the type of audience that we are targeting. It does not really need to be one fixed for a lifetime. Our brand grows, our brand evolves. Along with that, we also need to evolve. So we can make it a practice of reassessing our audience on a frequent basis. Do I understand my target audience pain points? Do I understand their challenges and needs? Have I developed a buyer persona? So what is a buyer persona? Exactly depending on their demographics and their psychographics. We can really make sectors and say, this training or these goods or these services are for this specific buyer persona. If we try to mix them, then again, that is going to be leading to the downfall of the brand, and it is not going to add any value to our brand. Another of the mistakes that are commonly seen are inconsistency in branding. So when we talk about inconsistency, It is something like this. Now, all these people standing there, can we actually say that they're all representing one brand? Very difficult to say. So, what is it in a brand that should be consistent? The brand logo, the color, the typography, the messaging. It needs to be consistent across all platforms. Probably we have witnessed where people are using the same logo, colors, etc. Yes, but then the way they talk to audience on Instagram is really not the same as they're talking on LinkedIn. A bit of messaging can be tweaked, but remember, it is you, your brand that is talking. So when they read, when they see your message, when they see a post, they should be able to recognize that this is really coming from the same one brand. Do we really have clear brand guidelines? And again, we are talking about all brand elements to be consistent. It could be in all your merchandise. It could be in all your messaging across all platforms. The way we are talking to our group of audience, it really needs to be uniform. And if it is not, then definitely it is considered as one of the mistakes. Across all touch points. Now, let's look at Live Your Dream touch points. Which are the touch points? Power Monday is one. Meet and greet is another. The WhatsApp group is yet another. So is our branding consistent across all these touch points? Or is it that when I come to the WhatsApp group, I'll find something being discussed which is really not linked to a Power Monday discussion, or is not linked to what we really saw in a meet and greet? So those are the things that we need to always be considerate of. Then we generally work with teams. So we should also be very wary of our team members. Are we all representing our brand in a consistent way across all channels, all communication, all platforms? Right. Ignoring the brand storytelling. Yes, we have a brand. Yes, we are selling goods and services. We are talking about who we are. And on this Power Monday, we have discussed this before. People buy from people. They do not really buy goods and services. If you are able to convince me that you are experienced at what you are talking about, then yes, I will trust you and I'm ready to buy goods and services from you. So it is always a good practice to link a story behind your brand. And generally, when you speak about your story, it shows us the authenticity. It shows us the thought leaders' clarity, experience, also their vulnerability. Am I really scared of certain issues? And if I am, do I let it come in my way, or do I know how to have a positive mindset to be able to fight it? So having a story which is very much your story for your specific brand is a good way of positioning it well. So some of the questions being, have I developed a compelling brand narrative? What's the reason for existence of my brand? Does my brand story align with what my values and mission are? So it is again necessary. Let's not just say that I have a passion. I do want to start a business. Come down, sit down, be on your drawing board and tell yourself, can I list down some of my values? Because those are the values you're going to carry through your brand for a very long time. Because remember, the essential reason we are creating a brand is so that it can have a long life. So you must have your values that are being carried by your brand. What is your mission? And this is again something we do need to reassess frequently. We could have started with the mission when the brand was given birth, but along its life, it does evolve. Come back to your drawing board and see, does it seriously still resonate with my values and with the mission that I began with? Second question to ask is, are the customers and clients able to relate to and engage with my brand story? Do they really understand why I exist? Do they really understand why it is me who is representing my brand? Have I considered different storytelling techniques? Am I able to speak to people through videos, through webinars, through customer stories, through any social proof? And are all those platforms actually resonating with my brand story? OPP, what's your brand story? What made you start Power Monday?
Power Monday started in 2020, around October, and the situation was desperate. People were losing hope in life. People were just viewing their TVs and watching people dying of COVID. And we thought, why can't we come up with a way to encourage people? And we chose Monday because many people don't really enjoy their Monday. So we thought it would be a good time on Monday morning to inspire people so that they have a productive week and they may live their dream. And so Power Monday was born, and we keep going every single Monday. People have even asked, why not even Tuesday? This is not a good day. But we say, well, the target, as you are saying, the target people, that is the only price they need to pay on Monday morning so that they have a productive week for the whole week, and we meet again. So that is the way it was started, and we are happy it was, because it keeps growing, and we are always happy for every opportunity we get to meet and greet, as you said, when people tell great stories. Thank you.
Excellent, amazing. So you see, you're very concrete about it because it resonates with you. It's not just a business, it's not just a name, it is you, it is your baby. And that's exactly what a personal brand ought to be. Are the customers able to relate and engage? I think if I was to pick on any one of the participants today, yes, they'll be able to relate. So for half a minute, if somebody does want to share, the floor is open. How do you relate to Power Monday?
I'll go.
Yes, thank you.
Power Monday is more also about leadership, and you'll realize that we are leaders. Everyone is a leader. You have to lead yourself before you go out there and lead other people. So it resonates with me by building me as a leader first before I go out there and build and lead other people.
Excellent. Thank you. So in other words, the brand story is relating and you are able to see it and practice it. So thank you. That's exactly what we are here to discuss. One more common mistake that we have seen is inconsistent communication strategy. Now, strategy is something that we generally develop when we are starting a brand, a business, an enterprise. What happens to the strategy later on? Do we just get caught up in the day-to-day running and we forget where we really began? Or is it a good practice to keep on coming back to the drawing board and seeing, are we still moving with the strategy? Number two, should we really tweak it a bit now because the times have changed, the desires of our audience has changed? Is it really consistent with all the messaging that we are communicating to our audience? Are all our team members speaking the same language? Is it that some say, oh yes, it's very nice, others say it's cool? Are we really training our team members to speak the same language, the same tone that we have given our brand? Do we have a consistent schedule for communicating with customers? Now, this is really about online, because remember, we are talking about online branding. So do we have a content calendar? Are we really communicating? For example, Power Monday, like we are told, it really happens on a Monday. It does not mean that a Monday was a holiday, so let's just now take it to a Tuesday. It becomes inconsistent. People who know that Power Monday is all about Mondays will really be shaken. Am I regularly updating my social media platforms with relevant and engaging content? I have come across people who created their social media profile due to some reason a few years back. And the only thing it says is the name of the person, a little bit of experience, and then it says last updated 4 years back. So truly, if I came across you and you said, oh, you know, this is what I'm dealing with, and this is exactly the services that I have to provide, I will go back to your online brand to check the authenticity of what you've told me. When I see the words updated or posted 4 years back, for sure, there's that gray area. For sure, there's something which is not authentic. So we do need to be very consistent. Our brand message needs to be consistent across all channels. I personally know that I like LinkedIn much more than I'm biased towards LinkedIn much more than other social media. So if somebody was to go to other social media platforms and look for me, maybe my messaging is not going to be consistent. So should I change it? Yes. I should really put my effort into being consistent. Now, the message itself, are we speaking about the same thing that we want to take to our audience across all channels? Do we have guidelines to maintain a consistent brand voice? And the brand voice also comes with a lot of things. 1, it is your values. 2, it is your passion. 3, it is the audience. So are you communicating your message with your given audience in that voice that they are able to understand, that they are able to resonate with? So those are some of the things that we need to keep in mind. What of the brand experience? Is it only the goods and services that are being sold, or is it the brand itself that is known for a specific experience? Let's talk about some drinks like Coca-Cola. Is it that we just go and pick the bottle, or is it the experience that comes back to us, and that's why we say we are here in the supermarket, can we go and pick a cold Coke? It's really the brand experience that matters. So let it be very consistent so that all your audience say, this is exactly the reason why I know this brand and I seek the brand. Is the experience consistent, again, across all customer touch points? When I go to your website, am I able to navigate as easily as I can on your Instagram? Am I able to buy your digital products with similar ease on your website as much as on Facebook or on your WhatsApp catalog? So those are the things that we really need to also think about. Are my brand values and promises, are they being reflected in every interaction that the customer has across all touch points? And these touch points can be you as a person, face-to-face, on an online meeting, your team members, and your passive branding in terms of social media posts which have been there, which are there. So trying to see that all that is really consistent does matter. Is my website user-friendly and easy to navigate? And easy to navigate does not really mean for the tech professionals. It really should be for all audience that have come there, all visitors that really have come to see what is your brand all about. Have I optimized my website for a seamless browsing? And like I said, purchasing probably experience. Because remember, that is the gateway to your brand. If I came to your website today and I experienced some difficulties, or I saw that there are some broken links, or the messaging is really not what I get when I interact with you, chances are that I will not want to put my very valuable time into browsing your website again. And yet again, failure to adapt to market changes. Like I said, when the personal brand begins, we are very enthusiastic. We do know that this is exactly what we're taking out to the world. But it evolves. It evolves because your passion evolves, because your market evolves. Maybe you have brought in some more products. Are you ready to adapt, or are you fixed that I am really not there to change as per the market trends? Am I regularly monitoring the market trends and customer preferences? Because our brand is really not who we are, but what our customers want of us. what our clients desire of us? Do I stay informed about industry changes and innovations? And that's where our continuous learning and development comes in. One of our friends here on Power Monday loves fashion. So if she said that I want to be a fashionista and yet does not think about innovation, then surely success cannot be hers. So again, seeing the industry changes, seeing and learning the market trends is very necessary for our personal brand to always be on top. Am I one of those who resist modifying my brand strategies, or am I just not visiting them? Am I open to feedback from customers and my team regarding potential improvements? This is one place where we have seen lots of us do not pay attention, let's put it that way. Customer feedback is very necessary. Repeating the same thing. Our personal brand exists because of our clients and our customers, our audience. So let's try and get their comments. Let's try and get their feedback. And let's not just hold on to it, but let us really utilize it to keep on evolving our brand. And that's why I say that our brand is something that definitely needs to be protected. Yes, it needs to grow. Our brand cannot be ours just staying on social media and on a website. We need to market it. We need to keep on talking about it. And it must evolve. It must evolve as per our growth, as per the growth of our brand, as per the growth and change in market trends, as well as those of our clients, our customers, our audience. And that's who I am. The introduction was given, and I will say that my main mission, as OPP had said his, is really to ignite the fire of self-empowerment in each and every individual, and I tried my best to aid them in building an unshakable personal brand. So all that we have talked about, personal branding, online branding, it is definitely my passion. And where did it come from? Remember, there has to be a story behind our brand. So where did I pick this? So I have seen over time when I was teaching at high school level, I would always be empathetic towards the slow learners. I am somebody who likes to pick what is inert in you. What are those values that you're not able to show, and yet I know that they are yours? When it came to a time when I was given the free rein to go and hire my teammates, I remember to date that I hired somebody who was stammering at the boardroom table, at the interview table. And I said, he is the person who's going to be my team member, because I could see through him. And to date, it is from 2016 to 2023, the person whom I hired in that position is still there, has evolved, has grown, and has made a brand of himself. So that is the story about me. I like to ignite the fire of self-empowerment. So anybody there who wishes to come seek me, you know that you need clarity in where you are. You need to jump from your employment to start being self-employed, being an entrepreneur. You know that you are very successful, but something is amiss that you're now not growing. Come, have a word, and we'll take it ahead. These are some of the trainings that I'm providing currently. The first one is for the thought leaders. It is the blueprints that we have for personal branding. The other one is called the brand called you. And this is part of what we are talking today, the entrepreneur's roadmap to personal branding. I do also have Harness the Power of Tech, where we talk about how to use tech within our enterprise. It could be graphics. It could be making your life easy by scheduling your content. Talk to me and I shall take you ahead there. The next one is a digital leap, where we can now have our trainings go online using online courses. And finally, I'm a teacher, so I do love to empower fellow teachers by showing them how to master technology in their teaching. Some of the very few books that are work in progress and very soon they'll be with you are these. And this is again something that resonates with me. So For anybody who wishes to get in touch, this is who I am. You can come to me. And with that, I'll say thank you very much. People have not really talked much, but I hope they will speak up now. And I hand it back to OPP and Noel. Thank you very much.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much for that excellent presentation. And I would like to know, for those of us who are starting out, obviously we don't have a lot of capital. So how much do you charge to help us get started? Because we have all these great ideas, but how to put them out there is the question.
Thank you. It's a very good question. Yes. The first consultation, there is no charge. We set it up. I try and understand what your objectives are, what your goals are. And then every training is different. Every coaching is different. So if it is a personal coaching that you desire, then I prefer to have a 10-week course. And then we can talk about the weekly charges, where we can meet online, where we can decide on the to-do for that specific week. And do get in touch with me. After having learned what you exactly desire from the coaching, we can discuss the charges, if that's okay by you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. There was a question from, there is a comment from Catherine. Catherine saying, great session. Yes, collecting customer feedback is important. I'm able to support, and she said she's rushing somewhere. Then there was a question from Dr. Melvin. Why is posting information content on LinkedIn such a thankless task which doesn't drive sales?
Thank you, Dr. Melvin. It's a question, actually, very silently, I'm saying, even I wonder. But you see, within our business, within our enterprise, within our life also, we do have something called CSR. And I personally say LinkedIn is really part of our CSR branch. Because we are thought leaders, how will people know that we are also experts in our field if we don't post on the platform where the other thought leaders are? So yes, it's a pity, but at the same time, we can try and turn it to our favor sometimes. We could have some live sessions, we could have some live events there, we can have interactions with others and probably team up to have some common projects. So we do see it as thankless, but all social media is if we lack engagement. So if we try and build our rapport with our customers, clients, and audience, then I think it can be really turned towards us in a very positive way. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, it's good to know from such a standpoint that Anu mentioned something that we need to display, or rather showcase, what we can do. When we run sales training, we love to let people understand that people buy you. Yes, you mentioned something like that. They don't buy from the company. They buy you first, and then they buy from you, and then they buy from your company. It's important to understand that fact. People buy from you, then from you, then from your company. It is in that order. Number two, people, why do people buy? They buy because they know you, because they like you, because they trust you. It goes in that order. So all this brand idea is to make people, your target audience, to know you first and foremost, that you exist. They don't buy from people they don't know, they don't like, they don't trust. And more so depending on what you're selling, unless you're selling a commonplace thing like a loaf of bread, then you can get it anywhere. You don't need to know much about that person. But then in order to grow it beyond that particular area, it will have to follow the same principle. They know you, they like you, they trust you. Now, sales is not about transaction or exchanging money. It's letting people to believe what you believe. And so if you're enthusiastic about, for example, your money matters, people will be enthusiastic about it because they pick that infection. They are infected by the same enthusiasm. It's a transfer of enthusiasm. And so the moment we are able to achieve that, then money will follow. So LinkedIn is such a wonderful platform to showcase whom you are and what you can offer. And when people love that, they can therefore follow. You see, and that is the way social media is. Sometimes many people get disappointed through social media because you keep posting, but people don't seem to buy. Why? Because you need to create that connection. They need to know you, they need to like you, they need to trust you. Thank you. Some other, I know, Anu, you may want to comment on that. Then some other questions can come in. You can post or you can just raise up your hand and ask. There is another question from Olale. Big question. Why do such big successful firms like Cox, Safaricom, Brookside, Dairies still sell their brand like newcomers? Like, is it called Carrefour or whatever? I always have a problem pronouncing that. So, Anu, pick it up there.
Yes, thank you for the question. So my take there is one specific thing. They want to remind every customer, every audience, every client that we exist. Coke will not want to lose out on any audience because I could be going to Naivas, I could be buying from Quickmart, but the moment I know Carrefour is open close to me, I might just shift to that market. So for us to be able to go and make use of every client, every audience, every customer, we really have to keep on checking what is in the market, what are the market trends, what are the changing trends, where is our audience going? Wherever our audience is, we need to be there. And hence, all these known brands keep going to the new supermarkets or the new branches whenever they open. That's my take to it.
Yeah, thank you. We can't stop selling. If you stop selling your brand, there is a psychology behind that. Because people can forget you. You want to always be in front of your target audience. Otherwise, they will think of your competitor, and you do not want them to think of your competitor. The moment Safaricom stops selling, even one day, Airtel will take over because people will see that, and that's why you go to the airport and the first billboards you see are those ones. You see, because you want people to always, when they think about that problem that you solve, you want them to think about you. And it doesn't matter whether you're a startup or you're a giant organization. Christine UK asked, can we use personal branding interchangeably with corporate branding?
Yes. Can we interchange corporate branding with personal branding? Personal branding, there is no two ways about it. You are who you are. You are one part of that corporate that you're talking about. So when you go somewhere and you want to introduce yourself, first it will be, this is who I am. I work for or with XYZ. So they go hand in hand, but they're not interchangeable.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, Kevin, nimeelewa. It's Carrefour OPP. I hope I pronounce it well. Carrefour, or Carrefour. It's double O there. So, which is your most popular cause, Anu? I am seeing you as a connector between tech and other businesses, add business activities, whatever. Yes, I can see you've typed something there to respond. Great. Any other question, any other comment from the participants for today? And thanks all of you for joining us.
Yes, I'd like to ask a question. My hand has been up.
Yes, Dr. Eda?
Yeah, so there was something that I struggled with a lot. That is, what if I have multiple target audiences? For example, obviously, when I'm talking about parenting, then there's a whole range of parenting from the time you can be a parent until the day you die. Then there's the youth. Then you have the girl child. You have women of adult age who want to know everything about reproductive health because they're really being lied to. And I'm a fertility education coach, and women are only fertile 6 days in a month. So it doesn't make sense to be swallowing poisonous contraceptives the whole year. So you see, so I'm also a parenting coach, then addiction recovery coach. And so character coaching. So I just find that I have so many multiple audiences that need my products. Then, so how do you face that dilemma?
Yes, a very valid question. Thank you for bringing it up. So I also face that very many times. I'm a trainer. Whom do I train? Do I train the high school leavers? Do I train the entrepreneurs? Do I train the thought leaders who already know that they're experts? Hence, I say, what is my passion? And I do know that my passion lies in the digital world. And that's why I said, yes, I am a digital transformation catalyst. So whom am I serving? Through my different trainings, I have different audience persona. If it is the teachers that I want to train, then that training is specifically for that group of audience, and I shall market that training to that specific audience persona. If I'm talking to thought leaders and I do wish to train them on LinkedIn, then my training is going to be specific to the audience who wish to become thought leaders on LinkedIn. So these are some of the examples I can share with you. I hope it adds to the clarity. And if you do still want to communicate with me, feel free, and we can talk one-on-one and we can bring more clarity to you.
Thank you.
Can I add something on that one, please?
Yes, yes, please, Christine.
Yes, that's a very good question. And it's not just Dr. Eda facing that, but we can borrow a model of these big companies they use. For these different kinds of clients, you can use market segmentation, whereby you divide the targets and markets into each kind of approachable group, whereby you have subsets of the markets that you are addressing, checking their demographics, their priorities, their common interests, psychographics, like Dr. Anuradha has said. But if, for example, we come down here local, look at Safaricom. They have got a lot of market segmentations whereby they sell their product consistently, but to different markets using different audiences, but the model is the same and there is consistency for it. So you can borrow that from such big companies. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, beautiful. I actually was thinking about Safaricom. When they came up with Kabambe, they knew which people they are targeting and where to place such outlets. When they come up with this fiber, home fiber, they know which people, which routes to channel it to and things like that. So you can always have a broad market, but now that differentiation, when you bring up this, you know where it belongs. Thank you very much, Christine. Thank you, Anu, for the answer. Yes, is there any other question I'm leaving out? I can't see. Lovely session. That is Milka Muchai. Thank you, Dr. Anu, for the educative presentation. That's from Princess. Thanks so much for the presentation, Kazisafi, Dr.
There's no
Anu.
more question.
Yeah, no more question I can see. Yes, except somebody here, Nora said, Karuf, I don't know, it's Karafu or whatever that is. You people will look for me aside so that I get to understand how to say it. Okay. Any other comment from the audience as we close? From the participants? Yes. Any question? Seems we are done, and I will call somebody on our behalf to maybe give a vote of thanks. Anthony, are you there? Can give a vote of thanks on our behalf.